My name is Henry Chalfant, and I'm a partner with Martha Cooper in the creation of subway art, which became one of the basic texts for the whole graffiti movement. The book had great influence around the world and inspired a lot of people to take up painting. It's still going strong after 25 years. We're coming out with a new edition called Subway Art, the 25th anniversary edition. That people call it the Bible of the graffiti movement, I've heard that on numerous occasions, and of course I'm very proud of that.
There really wasn't any way for anybody to look at graffiti, and that's why a book was important, because a book, still photos, enabled other artists who saw the book to study the styles.
The art which was being painted was something that had never been seen before. I've had more people come up to me and say, "Your book changed my life. When I was a kid, I took up graffiti because of your book, and now I have a career as a filmmaker, as an artist."
When I was shooting graffiti, it never occurred to me that subway art would become the Bible of the graffiti movement. I thought that I was photographing a very localized, unusual, specific phenomenon that could only happen in New York.
It's a long story about how I made the original book, Subway Art, with Martha Cooper, because we both came at it from different directions. And in New York at that time, there was a big prejudice against graffiti, and so none of the publishers wanted to touch it. Our photos are pretty complementary, the two different styles of how we take pictures. And so that was a much more appealing package. And we still couldn't get it published in New York. We had to go to the Frankfurt Book Fair.
I'd been shooting graffiti for a long time and was having a lot of trouble getting the pictures published. And I knew Henry. I'd been introduced to Henry Chalfant by the graffiti artists. And so I asked Henry if he would like to do a book together with me, because I felt like there was only room in the world for one graffiti book, which is a little ridiculous now because there are hundreds of them out there.
You used to see Cheech Wizards. This guy over here sitting next to the Rolls Royce is a Cheech Wizard. That's one of the characters that you see on the trains all the time. Those lizards over there, these characters always spoke in kind of an urban jargon, you know, and I think the kids really identified with them. And they put up a lot of Von Baudet characters in their work.
So whenever I was shooting trains, I always was looking for interesting backgrounds, and I would drive all over the Bronx trying to find a spot where I could actually see the trains far enough in the distance to know whether there were any pieces on them that I wanted to shoot. And this rooftop was one of my favorite places because I could watch as they rounded the curve.
This was one of my spots, and it was good because I could see the trains coming from over there. I could see where a piece was going to be and get myself in position. Did I think that the book would have that my work would have such a far-reaching influence? Never at the time. You know, this thing snowballed. I started taking pictures just for fun, only because I was, you know, really excited to see what I saw on the trains, and so I started taking pictures. I had no idea that we'd be standing here 25 years later with this worldwide graffiti movement that has happened since then, and coming out with another book.
There are a pair of twins called Asgemios who are world famous, and they wanted me to meet their mother because when they were kids, they saw a black and white Xerox copy of Subway Art, and their mom was an English teacher, and they brought this home to their mother, and she translated it, and they had her read and reread and reread this black and white copy. I was just so happy that we had the chance to publish a new edition of Subway Art for its 25th anniversary, because it gave us a chance to look over the pictures, pick out some ones that we now like better than the ones that are in the original ones, add some ones to it. There are a lot more pictures, different pictures. The new edition is more of a photography book, page after page of beautiful double-page spreads and big single pages. Here's a collage of writers, and I'm not sure this is exactly how it was in the original edition, but you can see how small this picture is here compared to here's in the new edition.
It was very inspiring to people, and I think that's the most exciting thing to me about it.